Okay, my daughter is watching Miss Rachel, and I don't want to get copyrighted, honestly, but um, she's gonna watch Miss Rachel, and I am going to read "What Happened to You" by Oprah Winfrey and Dr. Bruce D. Perry. It says he is a renowned brain development and trauma expert, and they are here to discuss the impact of trauma and adversity and how healing must begin with a shift to asking what happened to you rather than what's wrong with you, which is amazing. Karis gave me this book, my friend, um, to read it. I've never heard of it before. I do know who Oprah is, and I know a little bit about her story, and I'm really excited to read this, honestly. Um, I started to read this introduction yesterday when my friend gave me the book, and it's already, whew, baby, I feel some type of way about it already. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell y'all. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna read it to y'all. I don't think I'm gonna read it to y'all because that would be doing a lot, especially because I got a baby, and it just wouldn't go well. But I read the introduction a little bit. I didn't read the last like couple paragraphs of the introduction, but so far in the introduction, Oprah is telling a story of when she was younger, when she was getting a whooping, and I just want to say I'm gonna make multiple videos because I'm gonna read this book. It's probably gonna take a little bit with everything going on. But she's talking about how she was really young, and she says she can remember as early as 3 when she started getting whoopings and stuff like that. And she talks specifically about how she was doing her own little kid thing, daydreaming, getting water for her family from the well. Um, and then her grandma saw her put her fingers in the water that was coming out of the pump, not from the well, from the pump. Um, so basically she put her fingers into the water while it was coming out and going into the bucket or something, and her grandma saw that and said she was playing in the water, which she didn't know at the time was called playing in the water, basically, because she wasn't really trying to do anything. And she said she didn't play in the water, but since her grandma saw her play in the water, basically, she got a whooping, and she got a whooping so bad with a switch that she bled from her welts onto her Sunday dress that was white. And then her grandma berated her for getting the blood on the dress. So, just this little part for the introduction kind of sets, I feel like it's setting the tone for the book. And I read that she said, where is it, in the beginning, a note from the authors. She says literally that put the book down for an hour or a week. And when I first read that part, because this is the page before the introduction, I was like, why is she saying that? And I read The Child Called It. I read the book A Child Called It. And that book it hit home for me. It reminds me of something my younger sister could write about her life, literally. And that made me cry. That made me sad. That made me get in my feelings real bad. So when I read this and I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, we back on this side. And this is what I be talking about. That's why I feel passionate about talking about it all the time. We have really been through a lot of stuff. Some people really have been through a lot of stuff. Look up Oprah. You asking me what has happened to her. She was abused as a child. The same things that I'm talking about, the same things that I'm trying to tell people about right now, and like to make people who are going through it like know that they need to speak up for themselves. And sometimes it's best to let DCFS come in and tell them the truth. If you can't tell DCFS the truth, that's your number one red flag as the child in the situation. You might have Stockholm syndrome, which means that you love your abusers, you love your captivers. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, in the beginning of the book, she put in her notes that when you find the book too challenging to read, put it down for an hour or a week. So yeah, I'm gonna come back on here, y'all, when I have read more. It might be a while. It might be a while. I skipped it. Look, there she go. There she goes. She right there. Yeah, she loves Miss Rachel. So yeah, when I read some more, I'm gonna come back on here and tell y'all, summarize what's going on. But I just wanted to let y'all know I'm starting a new book. I had started a book club a long time ago when I first started doing my YouTube channel for real, and I first went through my spiritual awakening. I was like in the wee climax, right after the climax of my biggest like happening for my spiritual awakening, and I never ever started reading that book again. It was called something about badass something, but it's on my YouTube channel. If you go to my YouTube channel and you go to my like playlists and stuff of like different stuff, because this is going to be in the playlist. It's called Book Club, I think. It's only one video. This will be the second video, and then like I said, I'm going to come back after I read some more of this book to tell y'all what I have read about it, so y'all can know some things. But yeah, bye.